What's up, guys, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Inside the Clinch. Today, we'll be interviewing a fellow New Yorker and Dennis the Great Bazooka. Guys, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. The links to all our social media platforms are in our bio. Thank you, and enjoy the show. All right, what's up, everybody? Today is a very special day because we are joined by the one and only Dennis the Great Bazooka. For those of you that don't know him, Dennis is a 23-year-old professional MMA fighter fighting out of Longo Weidman's gym. His current professional record is 4-2. He debuted for Bellator in 2018, won that fight against Ryan Castro via TKO in the first round, and then made the transition to Ring of Combat, where he became the featherweight champion at ROC 71 in February. He then auditioned and headlined Dana White's Contender Series in September against Melsik Bagazarian, a former kickboxing world champion. Unfortunately, that night didn't go your way, and neither fighter got the UFC contract. I just want to start off by saying thank you for joining us. Thank you to you and our boy Darden for making this happen. We really appreciate it. So without further ado, Eric, you want to start us off?
Sure, yeah, let's jump right into it. So Johnny and I tuned in to watch the Contender Series where you were the main event. We noticed throughout the event, they kept showing how you had a huge Albanian following and support all around the country, all around the world. So I guess, do you feel like that added any extra pressure for you? Did that give you any extra motivation? How do you think that impacted you?
First, let me say thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. But yeah, man, it was a lot of pressure. It was definitely a lot of pressure. Like, as it was kind of my fault too for tuning into it too much. But I remember seeing like videos and pictures, people tagging me like in Albania and Greece, like people had their cafes open. It was like 4:30 in the morning when the fight was on, like in London, and just Albanians all over, just saying they're tuning in, they're keeping their stores open to watch me. Like, they're staying up all night, they're setting alarms. It was definitely a lot of pressure, being like one of the first Albanian kids to get to the UFC. I was 22 years old. It was a lot of pressure, but it motivated me for the training camp, but the pressure was definitely there.
Yeah, we definitely saw it because we have a lot of Albanian friends, Noah, Vigan, that whole crew. So we definitely saw the big ass crowd that you got there.
Yeah, they're cool
Like
people.
the Albanian Connor.
Yeah, yo, honestly, that's so many people say that about me. They make the comparison. Like, so my management, I'm with Paradigm, and it's the same management as McGregor. So they call it like the McGregor effect. They say like I have that Albanian fan base where we roll deep like the Irish, but they don't know how hard the Albanians go yet, man. Like, I can't wait to show them. So, but yeah, they say the same thing. It's actually pretty crazy. You guys said that.
We're gonna see it very soon, I hope.
Yeah, very soon, very soon. Yeah, I've been putting in a lot of work lately. Staying. I haven't been posting too much on social media with the training. I've been staying like keeping quiet, and when I come back, I'm gonna just come back with a bang.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so in 2018, when you made your Bellator debut against Ryan Castro, you won the fight in the first round. I just wanted to ask you, why did you decide to leave Bellator to fight in the Ring of Combat?
So Bellator was a great promotion. It is a great promotion. It's nice, but UFC is ultimately the goal. That's like the pinnacle of the sport to get there. And Ring of Combat has sent the most fighters to the UFC than any other organization in the world. So I knew if I worked my way up the rankings through Ring of Combat, it would be like a direct line to the UFC. You know what I mean? Bellator is a top promotion, but going through Ring of Combat, it's a straight line to the UFC. And I knew if I put some people away in there, they'd be looking at me for sure. And that's what happened.
Which you did. You won
Yeah.
won the title.
Yeah. It was that title fight was a war too. That was a crazy fight.
Yeah.
So now that you fought in a couple of different organizations, like you said, Bellator, Ring of Combat, Contender Series, did you notice any overall difference in the experience from one organization to another?
The lights definitely make a big difference. The pressure's on, the cameras, there's a lot more cameras. It's really all how you handle it though. The UFC fight, the Contender Series fight, I knew the whole world was watching. So that was definitely more pressure. It was just the thing that was really weird was the no crowd. Like I remember when I pushed the doors open to walk into the arena, like I heard the creak from the doors. You know what I mean? It was like the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, yo, I'm at a fight, you know? And then I heard like the buttons pressing on the cameras. Like it was just so weird, man. Like you hear a pin drop in there. You know, usually I'm used to the floor shaking from the Albanians like making noise, but it was just a whole different experience.
So you prefer the crowd?
I love the crowd. Yeah, they give me energy.
All right, so can you walk us through to what it was like becoming the Ring of Combat champion at such a young age? Or you were 22 years old, correct? When you
Yeah, 22. I'm actually the youngest featherweight champion in Ring of Combat.
Yeah, tell us about that. What is it like being an MMA fighter with so much success already at such a young age?
You know, like it's pressure, man. It is pressure. Like people don't understand. I love what I do, of course, but it's a lot of pressure, especially being like with not too many Albanians in the game, especially at a higher level. Um, it's hard. You know what I mean? I love what I do. Like I said, it's hard. It's hard, but I carry it, man. You know, like going through Ring of Combat, they put me. Every fight's tough. There's no easy guys, and that's why they sent the most fighters to the UFC than anyone. So I had to earn my stripes in there. And I knocked a few guys out, and I know the training I go through with my gym in the gym with the guys like Aljo, Marab, Weidman, all these UFC guys. I know my caliber. They know my level. So we were pushing. No one wanted to fight me really before the title fight. So I was like, yo, give me the champion. You know, everyone was turning on fights, and I was just like, I called the promoter. I was like, I want the title fight, or else I'm not fighting. And they gave it to me. You know.
So what got you into MMA? What was there anything in particular about the sport that intrigued you, or did you always like train a little bit martial arts when you're younger? What exactly got you into the sport?
I mean, yo, just being Albanian in New York City, bro, you always fighting. You know what I mean? But the movies really got me into it. Like I was watching Jason Statham, the movie The Transporter, and he was doing like these spinning kicks and like oil. He was like, I don't know, it was like he was just spinning in circles, just kicking everyone in the face. I was like, yo, I want to learn how to do that. And I signed up to like in ShopRite, there was like a little stand. It had like a gi in it, and you write down your name. You get a 3 months trial. And I filled it out. My parents weren't looking. I was like 7 years old, maybe 8 years old. And they called my house. And my mom, like OTB, you know what I mean? Like barely speaking English. She's like, hello. And, they're like, oh, your son won a 3 month trial. She's like, my son? And then I knew immediately. And they took me. And I fell in love with it. So then once I started training, I moved to different places. Like once I really started doing it at 13. And then the coaches were like, yo, you're pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, you want to try some competition? I was just like, yeah, sure. You know, I'm having fun. Why not? And I started winning gold. Like every competition, I won gold in whatever discipline, like karate, judo, all different types of things. And I just started falling in love with it. And I took a fight when I was 18. I got like, my coach called me at the time. He was like, yo, there's a fight in like a month or something. He's like, you want to do it? I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? And then just that was it, bro. I knocked the guy out in the first round. I fell in love with it ever since.
That's amazing, man. You started young. It's definitely paying off.
Yeah. I think so. It's just I have one regret. Like I wrestled a little bit in high school. I just wish I did it more.
You went to what was that? Port Richmond High School, correct?
Yeah, Port Richmond.
Where is that? In Staten Island?
Yeah, that's in Staten Island. I think the school was supposed to close down like 3 times because of how bad it was. Like that was a crazy school, bro. We had to go through metal detectors every day. Like,
Like violent.
shit was crazy.
A lot of fights and shit.
A lot of fights. I remember these Curtis one day, like this one specific day, kids from Curtis. It was like these little fucking little gangs or whatever they got. They came from Curtis to Port, and they brawled outside the school. It was like a 30-person brawl. Some kids got stabbed. And then like the next day, every day after that, they would be like, you know, like the yellow buses, like the big yellow buses. Yeah. They would have that, but NYPD. And they would be outside the school every day, bro. Just like cops everywhere. We'd have to go through metal detectors. Like you'd walk by the bushes and people would toss their switchblades in the bush. Like it was crazy, bro. It was a crazy school, but I had fun there, man.
High school in Queens, man.
That's insane. I thought we had that, honestly. I thought we had that here, but
So what do you think about your fighting style gives you an advantage over, other featherweights, whether it's in Ring of Combat, Contender Series, or, featherweights overall? What do you think makes you stand out the most?
I just mix it up, man. Like no one, you don't know if I'm gonna throw a right hand or I'm gonna take you down or I'm gonna throw a spinning kick. Like I just mix it up with so many different things. Like I had that spinning elbow knockout. People just don't know what to expect when I step in there, and they know anything I throw they have to respect because it's gonna hurt them. Like I'm throwing it to hurt you, and they have to respect it. Otherwise, they're gonna go to sleep. So it plays a big mental role in the game. Like the fight game's all mental. I think 90% of it is mental. So I think I have that mental edge on them because of that, because of my style, and because my mentality is I'm gonna go in there to take you out, and I have to win. So I think my mentality more than anything separates me.
All right, given your young age and the amount of success that you have already, where do you see I know you want to be in the UFC, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years? You have any relationships with the UFC right now? Any fights booked?
I don't have anything booked right now. I'm just building myself right now. I got some things to straighten out. But Dana followed me on Twitter. I had a few words with him.
I mean, he speaks really highly of you.
Yeah, I think he likes me. I think he does like me. He posted me a bunch of times on his Instagram too, the day of the fight. So I think he does have a liking to me. Sean Shelby, he had nice things to say about me too. So I think they have their eye on me for sure. I know that. They do expect big things from me. So right now it's just about just grinding, man. Just grinding, getting back, and just getting some wins back and putting people out again.
So are you technically a free agent still?
Oh, yeah, I'm a free agent. I can go wherever I want.
John, you were going to ask something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so you used to train with Chris Weidman. I know that he moved, and you train with Alec Iquinta, Sterling, Marab, Gian Vellante. What's the experience training with such legends like that?
It's motivating, man. Like you'd see them on TV, and I remember as a kid growing up, like I would see actors and I would see celebrities and athletes, and I would think like, man, you'd look at them like a demigod or something, like they're just a different type of human being. And then when you're in the room with them and you're like actually physically touching them, and for me it's wrestling with them or boxing or sparring, you're in there with them and you're matching them. You might be beating them in certain positions. Like it really puts it into perspective. Like I'm really doing this. Like I can really do this. And then you do the same things they do. You show up to the trainings they do, for example, you eat the way they eat, you think the way they think, because that's what it takes to get there. And it just puts things into perspective, man. Like anything you put your mind to, you can do. Anything, no matter who you are, as long as you have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a working brain, then anything's possible in this country, at least.
I agree with that 100%.
Who would you say pushes you the hardest in the gym?
That's a good question, actually. Marab. Yo, when I spar Marab, bro, 1 round with him is like 3 with someone else.
Marab,
I saw him actually my first UFC event. That guy has heart, man. I mean, they robbed him from that win. It was when he was holding out that choke. He held out to the end of the 5th.
Yeah,
And they
I was there too, man. That shit was crazy.
The building went nuts in there for that fight. That was crazy. I can't believe they robbed him for that.
Yeah, no, he tried overturning it too, and they didn't give it to him, man. That was crazy.
It's crazy.
That whole thing was crazy, yeah. That was a great fight.
Rob's a fucking beast. He has a great career ahead of him, I feel like.
Yeah, he's a monster, bro. And he's the nicest guy ever, bro. Every time you see him, you just gotta smile,
It's just his face, I feel like. It's just like, he's like happy all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, he's always happy. Like, something good's coming out of his mouth, whatever he says, something funny, something positive. So that's the energy in the gym. There's definitely a competitiveness, of course, because we're professional athletes and we want to be the best we can be. We push each other off of that type of energy, but it's a huge family environment in there. Like we're boys, we'll train and then we'll go out to eat after all together. We'll hang out, we'll play video games, or we'll go to the beach in the summertime. It's just it's like a brotherhood in this gym more than anything.
Yeah, so on the topic of your teammates, so your teammate Sterling announced today that he's fighting Roman Bravo Young on December 22nd. I know Sterling is your teammate, and you might have like a little biased opinion towards him, towards the fight. But how do you see the fight going?
With the wrestling match?
Oh, it's a wrestling match. It's not. It's not MMA.
No, MMA. So he was scheduled to fight Peter Yan for the championship, the 12th, in a few days actually.
Yeah, and that got canceled.
It got canceled. Yeah, so he kind of booked it himself on Twitter. This guy just posted it. So yeah, that's a wrestling match.
Oh, okay. I was a little confused. I'm like, who's this kid, Roman Bravo Young? But
Yeah, it's a wrestling match.
I was gonna say I don't like when fighters that are so close to a title shot just take another fight because he's right there for the title shot, and I've been waiting for Aljo versus Jan for quite a while. I mean, I'm rooting for Jan, unfortunately, but both of them are great competitors.
You're Russian. I give you a pass. You're Russian.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a war either way. I think no matter who wins, it'll be an entertaining fight for sure for the fans.
Yeah. I just think Aljo's just a different level, man. Like especially being in the training room with him and seeing the things he can do. And I remember he was getting ready for the Sandhagen fight, and he used me to help him get ready for that fight. One day specifically, he did 6 rounds straight, and every 2.5 minutes, so every half round, he had a fresh guy come in. He did 6 rounds straight, so he pretty much went through 12 guys, 12 fresh guys, and he submitted every single one of us and just manhandled all of us. Straight, it was like I couldn't believe it, bro. I didn't know it was like humanly possible to do that.
Kind of like Khabib status.
Bro, I mean,
it was the same shit.
I don't know if Khabib's doing that. Every half round, like every 2.5 minutes, he had a fresh guy come in, and he was just mauling everyone. Like it was crazy. I remember that day specifically. So I just think Aljo's on a different level, man. To be honest, like I don't think. And it's not like the guys in the gym are easy. There's no easy rounds in this gym. So unless Peter Yan's doing some stuff like that and he's catching up to Aljo's wrestling, which I don't think he really can, I think it's gonna be a long night for Yan.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they rebook that really soon. We were hoping for that fight to get booked. It took a while for them to book it in the first place, and unfortunately, COVID got in the way. So hopefully they book something again soon.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I think so. I think they got something going on, but I just hope that he doesn't have like that Tony Ferguson thing, where they keep fucking him out of a title shot. Pardon my French, for lack of a better term, but it sucks. You know what I mean? He more than deserves it. Even before the last fight, he deserved it. And then he took the Sandhagen fight. He finished him in a minute and change. And I think that solidified. There's no other way anyone else could fight besides Aljo for the belt. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, I think the whole MMA world agrees too.
It's gonna be a sick fucking fight, dude.
Yeah, Aljo's the best, bro. I love Aljo.
Unlike Eric, I'm actually rooting for Sterling.
Oh.
I'm from New York. He trains in New York, so.
Yeah.
You can get a little side bet action going on, guys.
All right, so just drifting off the topic of MMA, what do you like to do on your free time? What do you enjoy doing?
Honestly, I love just hanging out with my friends and we just go have a coffee. Like super European style type of thing, But I love just getting the guys like Dardan. Dardan's pretty much my closest friend.
Dardan? Dardan?
Dardan, yeah. I call
He's
him
the homie.
I call him the mayor of Forest Hills. It's funny, but
I've been calling him Dardan for the past 10 years.
I mean, I'm Albanian, so I'm saying the Albanian way. You guys call him Dardan, Donnie.
We'll call him Dardan from now on.
Dardan, yeah, that's the way. But yeah, I'll link up with my boys. We'll go have a coffee, go get some food, just talk, bro. I'll play some Warzone with everyone, jump on some video games.
Yeah, I seen that on your story.
Yeah. Play some video games. I started live streaming just to have fun. I go to the beach in the summer. I love the beach. And that's it, man. Just chill with my family. Nothing crazy, I'm not a special guy. I like to go out on little drives, just put on some nice music and just meditate, kind of. But that's it.
Which beach do you go to? Long Beach?
Yeah, I'll be out in Long Beach, Jones Beach. But mostly Long Beach. I'm chilling at. It's a little more private, a little more quiet. I like that better.
Yeah, that's the one that we usually go to as well. Either that or Lido Beach.
Yeah, Lido Beach too. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So you got any more questions, Eric?
Yeah, let's do one last question. So I guess for any of our younger fans or any fans listening to us that are, debating about getting into MMA and into fighting sports in general, do you have, I guess, any kind of message or any kind of advice for them?
Damn, you just gave me chills, bro, with that question to me. you see what I mean? Like, this is like the pressure thing. Just from experience, I can say any kid, or for fighting or for anything, whatever anyone wants to do, the number one thing is you have to believe in yourself. No matter what anyone says, whether people try to shame it or doubt it or downplay it for whatever it is, maybe it's nothing to them, but to you or to the kid, if that's what they want to do, they got to do it, and they have to believe in themselves, and just that's the number one thing. More than anything, just believe in yourself and tell yourself, yes, I can, and anything is possible.
Well said, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you, Dennis, so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we hope to have you back here again sometime.
Yeah, man. I had a good time. I had a good conversation with you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course.
Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man.
Keep in touch.
Peace, guys.
Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think it would be fun to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within a few minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message around the world. Let's create something together. Sign up for Buzzsprout today and get your podcast started. By using the link in the podcast description, you can receive a free $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan. Buzzsprout has many resources and is the simplest way to get started. That's why we at Inside the Clinch use Buzzsprout for all our podcasting needs. Happy podcasting, everybody.